Joining us on this segment is a certified cognitive behavioral therapist and family life coach, popularly known as Dear Coach Lara. She specializes in healing, family life, and mind reprogramming. Welcome with us, Lara Kudaisi Don Momo in the building.
Welcome.
Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Honestly, so we wanted to just gist with you today, but we had a very long segment, of sports, but it's all good.
Yeah.
So there's a story that caught our attention that we'd just like to hear your thoughts, but I also like to get the ladies' views too, about a man that says that he was telling a woman that he loves her, they were being together, but he cannot promise her marriage because he doesn't have any intention for having that document called marriage certificate. Now, it's possible that man could have learned a few lessons from YK and her partner, saying, you know what, there are people doing partnerships now, and YK is happy. She's doing very well. So why do we have to do it? Must we have a document? Can't we just be happy and being partners? And you love me, my family knows you, I'm not cheating on you. Let the document not be our bond. Let us not be bound by documents. Let us just love. What do you guys think about it?
I think it's just like we said. It's a matter of value system. People's values. You understand? Cultural beliefs, expectations, and which is what guides us mostly in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So, but now, like you said, times are evolving. People are coming with different things. So if there's a man who doesn't want to get married, and there's a woman who thinks there's no big deal in getting married, of course, they can go together. But the problem happens when the man is dating a woman that has the intentions of getting married, but he now comes after 5 years or 4 years and now says, I don't want to get married. That's the problem. That's where definition from the beginning starts. You understand? When you guys meet, you understand what are your plans, what are your goals, would you like to get married, would you not like to get married, And Nima was saying the other time that when you have kids, you don't want, some people have kids in that union, and that's the way they bring them up. It still goes to values, expectations, cultural beliefs and things like that. But it's safer to have a union.
I like what you see. I like the word you use, safer.
Yes.
But Adam and Eve, there was no certificate. You see, someone will tell you that, listen, I can love you and respect you. You love me and respect, and we can be committed to each other. Without this document, because all these documents gives you is that safety.
Yeah.
But if you are two adults and you're committed to each other, Mike is not worried about the document because she feels safe already.
So it depends on where people are coming from. I had 14 heartbreaks and 1 divorce.
14 what?
Before I got married again.
14 heartbreaks and 1 divorce.
Yes. So before I got married the second time.
Please, before you go on, I have to interrupt you. How was each heartbreak? Did you cry? It was just, okay, move on.
Of course, I was crying and falling on the ground. But after a while, let's go to get married. Let's go.
Wahala.
So that's why I was saying that it depends on where people are coming from. You understand? As a therapist, trauma pushes a lot of people to make decisions. My story was the fact that I wanted to get married to please my dad. I had a child at 19, and my dad had told me, nobody will marry you. They will marry only virgins. So and I told myself, I'll prove this man wrong and make sure I got married. So any guy I saw,
You're ready to
the goal was to get married.
Marriage.
You understand? And if the guy told me, I would ask you from the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be like, why? Of course, And then maybe after 6 months, they'll run away. You get. And I did get married too. So that question depends on who is in the shoes. Do you understand of that situation?
You have an event coming up because
Yes.
I would just like to spend the last few minutes to tell our viewers what you're working on because you're a coach.
Yes.
These are the kind of things you do to help people. So
Yes,
tell us
it's
about
called the Flat Fiesta. And
Flat?
flat means finding love after trauma. Because like I said, that was my own story. Before
After Trump.
After trauma. Finding love after trauma. And it's targeted towards the singles, married, and divorced people. And the reason is this. We have panelists. We have different panelists for different sessions. The first session is for single people. We're bringing single people that are coming to say, I am single and I'm thriving.
Yeah.
I hope to get married someday, but I'm not billing somebody 20 million, you know,
Ahead of
after
the
you
time.
understand ahead of time. Because now the narrative out there on social media is if you are single, you are miserable. Collect money, ask them 20 million, ask them 50 million. So that's one of the things I am and my husband want to correct. Then the married people, panelists, you understand, they are also coming to encourage other married people, because that's another story for another day. Marriages are no longer cool to a lot of people. Like we are hearing now, let's do partnership. Why should we marry? Or let's do trans whatever. Let's bring other people inside. Let's do so many different things. And the narrative out there seems to be like marriage is slavery. I just saw it. Somebody wrote it this morning that I don't like slavery, anything that will put me inside slavery. So meanwhile, some people are actually thriving. It's not all fun. It's not all everyday happiness, you understand? But they are actually thriving. So we're bringing those people to come and encourage, share what they are doing is making them thrive. Then the divorce session, because I used to be divorced, and I see that society don't associate with them, you understand? People that are divorced, they tell me all the time, in church, nobody creates anything for them. Nowhere, in mosque, nobody cares about them. And sometimes, a lot of times, it's not even their fault, but they are humans. So we're also bringing panelists for that segment to say, I have divorced and I am healing. These are the things I'm doing, you understand? And primarily, I would, of course, share my own story for being divorced and then getting remarried, you understand? And then my husband is coming there to talk because he used to be married and his wife died. You get, so those are...
So you have children from different, like, so your husband,
Yes.
your husband have kids?
Yes, he has one child. I have two.
You have one from your previous...
Married.
Your first 19-year-old?
Yes.
Then your previous marriage?
My first daughter, I had her when I was 19. She's 22 now.
Yes.
So I have my son from that last marriage.
Yes.
He's 10.
And now you have, what
So
do
we
you
have a
have?
blended family.
Blended.
Yes.
So I love that because lots of families have blended family, but they don't know how to handle it.
Yes.
They're having the Davidos, all the other celebrities,
God.
and they all seem to be
Yes.
confused. But
Yes,
it'd be
yes.
great to know how you're managing your own blended families.
Yes, yes.
Are the mothers involved somehow?
Oh, yes, because you have to, before you even get married, you have to make sure, ask everybody, what's going on? Nobody needs to be hiding anything from you, understand? And then you have to also put the kids. The kids are the most important, you understand, in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
You get, there's mothers, there's also fathers. You understand? For instance, my ex-husband just told me the other day, I'm coming on Saturday to take our son for swimming. Yeah. And I have to tell my husband, and there's nothing wrong with that. You get what I mean? So everybody has to be in harmony.
And they're all civil.
That's the most important
Are they all
thing.
civil?
Yes.
I mean, that's really interesting.
It's very important. If not, you will damage the children. Nobody needs to be forced to take sides. You understand? I want to go to one daddy. Everybody needs to be civil. And what makes you civil, what helps you civil is when you heal. That's why I will mention therapy. Because after you break up, there will be that annoyance, that anger. He did this, she did that. But when you go to therapy, when you heal, you drain the bitterness.
I like that word.
You understand? Yes.